Welcome to Ephemera Files by Tommy, and today I have another make using the botanical architecture. Let's see, Ancient Botanical Architecture. Oh man, I can't remember the name. I will I will add it right here. And this is from Tania at Tatty Treasure and Nanine at Collage Type. This is a collaboration between the two ladies, and I will link all of their information below, along with everyone else who is taking part in this particular design team. Today I want to make a braided booklet, and it's not really braided, but when it get done, it's kind of going to look like a braid. You know, like when you braid your hair and it goes this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. It kind of looks like that. So I went ahead and I already had all of the pockets that are provided in the kits cut out, and I went ahead and I folded the tabs down just to make it easier for me to figure out how I wanted to arrange these. And so there are the two shorter ones. This one is the same size as this one, and then these two are larger. And then I also have this envelope from the kit. And I think that you're probably supposed to fold those flaps in for a regular envelope, but I kind of like the polka dots, so I'm going to leave them to the outside. And that's going to be on the back side. So let's go ahead and build this part first. And the first thing we have to do for this part is to keep it off, because I need to add a tab that is going to help hold it closed. And I need to do that before I glue anything on. So I have this little tab, and it's a date. It's 7/25/1983. I don't know what that date means to anybody. Maybe it holds a special meaning to Nanine or Tania. I was still in high school then, and don't remember a whole lot because that was a long time ago. But I'm just going to ink that real quick. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink all the parts, and then I'll be right back. Now everything is inked up, and what I want to do, I want to make this a closure, and it needs to go on my envelope right down here at the bottom, and I need to fasten it right here because I need it to be able to, let's see, I probably need to make sure of where I fasten it and how much I need to hold it down. How hard is that going to be to get in and out of it? I'm going to say that shouldn't be too bad. So I'm actually going to fold it at the 1983. Whoops, I'm completely off camera. I tried pushing my camera up so it would be a little bit better of a video. But it's not going to be a better video if I take everything completely off the camera, simply because it's not in my way to remind me that you're there. All right, so I need to fasten this right there. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and glue this side to the flap, and then I'm going to use my stapler right here just so I've got some stability on this side to hold that portion down. Make sure I'm gluing the right part. And I need to make sure that it's scooted all the way down so that it clears that envelope, because I don't want to mess with it opening and closing. All right, now I have a tiny attacher. If you need to use something else, use something else. I'm just going to do this because I do like the look of the tiny little staples, especially if I am using a label that looks like it might be a field notes type label or something like that. And then I get my flat pliers out so that I can flatten the prongs or the legs, whatever your preferred term for those pieces are. But I just like to have those flat so that they don't add to the bulk. And then that should be enough to help hold that in place. All right. Now I can go ahead and put the envelope together. And I think I have just a bit of an issue with this part right here because it's crinkled. And I think that means that it may just come up a little too high on that edge. Also, this part right here is not part of the printed envelope. I took my envelope punch board and made a thumb notch in that. All right, before I fold that over, I need to line this because that will open. Let's see, and I think I'm going to use a piece of my antique music paper. I'll get some of it out of the way. I know I'll have to trim it after I glue it, but this way I won't be dealing with so much of it flipping and flopping around. And I don't destroy more of it than I have to. And let's see, is that the top? Yes, that's the top. I want to make sure that my music is going the right direction. And I am going to put glue just on this portion here. I'm going to get a piece of book page out because the other day I had so much trouble because I kept getting glue all over my table. I still have glue on my table, but not as much. And my table has been sitting unused. My countertop, I guess I should say, has been sitting unused for over a week. So whatever glue I have used is absolutely dry by now. Let's see, I'm going to extend the glue down just a little bit into the envelope body. That way I can cover up both the staples and the thumb notch. Make sure I'm covering up all of the curve at the top of the envelope. All right. And I'm just going to take my scissors and trim around so that it is the same shape as the envelope top. And I'm going to fold it back on itself just to get rid of the excess that isn't glued down and tear it off. All right, and then I am going to go ahead and glue my flaps down. And I think that right there is pretty all by itself, but it's not done. Need to keep reminding myself which way's the top. Let's see, did I get that taken care of? Well, I thought I did. I did, I just folded it wrong. Huh. Okay, let me get this folded right. There we go. All right, so let's make the front. And I'm going to do this a little bit differently, because I want my flaps, my pockets, to become flaps that open up with writing space on the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of this paper here that I have. I got it on Amazon, and let's see, which one was it that went? I had some that went better. It was like 2 different orders of the same paper. Some of it's got more of this pinkish tone, like that. So I am going to set that aside for a moment. And I'm going to glue these 2 flaps down, and then I'm going to tear I'm going to glue those 2 flaps down. I'm going to cut across there, and then I'm going to tear up through there, and I'm going to come off at that point. So it's just going to kind of come up a little bit like that. And I've got the back of it wrapped around the back of the paper. Okay, I'm not gluing it on there yet. I'm just gluing these 2, the shorter flap and the flap across the bottom. And so I am going to cut right up this side without cutting the edge of the little pocket. And I'm just going to roughly tear right down to that cut where the scissors are, or where the scissors were cut, where I cut with the scissors. There we go. All right, and I'm going to do that for all 4 of the pieces. All right, and I'm just going to use a little ink to hit those places where the page was torn, because it's going to show that white core, because it is printed on. It's not a dyed page. Now this one didn't tear right. You see all that white on the back? So I'm going to go through and tear off the white before I ink, because even inking over that is not going to help it look any better. And most of the white will come off itself because it's much thinner now. All right. This is where we stack them. And I know that this one was at the bottom right here. Goodness. This one came down to the top, sat right on that tag, just right on it, like that. Let's see, this one would be next. And I think that I just had it just about the same distance that there is from that to that. I'm trying to have between that to that. And I think that's pretty close. This is handmade, so I'm not going to worry about it being specific, or what is it? The precise. There we go, precise. There we go. Just like that. And I did forget to get out the washi tape. So give me just 1 second. I have this washi tape that I believe I got on Amazon. And it looks to be handwriting with a lot of mathematical drawings, which I think works well with architecture. We've got some angles there. And so I'm going to use this with this kit. And the thing is, it's a white background, but it'll pick up whatever is behind it. So it won't look white against this. It'll kind of pick up on the peaches and the browns of the kit. So the first thing I am going to do, I'm going to go ahead, and I should have put that back on there real quick because I need to make sure. Oh, I remember. It was right about there. I just need to glue this flap on to, I think. So that's go there. Yes. I'm going to glue that onto there. I don't want to have to redo anything. I did already not glue the prototype together, but I did create a plan. And this pocket is just as wide as the envelope, so it does have to go all the way over to the side. All right. And then we're going to take this Fabri-Tac and we're going to glue this side of the pocket down. And I could have done that before I put that down. Probably should have, and I probably will with the rest of them. But I didn't, so I'm going to do it now. And now I know that that one goes there. have to cut it so that it will still work. So I'm going to line these two up. I know that goes there. And that will get glued on that part, and this will get glued onto that pocket. But I'm going to glue this together first. My glue is rebelling because it's been sitting and not being used, I think. It'll get over itself. There we go. There's that part. And now I know that this one is going to go halfway between those two. So what actually makes this one easier is those two will be over there. I know that this bottom is going to go about halfway between that. Here we go. It's going to look like this. This is going to be in the front. So this one is going to sit right in here. At that point. Which I think means I'm going to have to make this just a bit skinnier. Because I did not account for something, and I don't know what it is, but I know I need about this 1/8 of an inch. Right, so I need to glue this in right here. Because that creates my pocket. I shortened the wrong one. It needed to be that one. So let's see, how am I going to do that? I think that I just need to cut off about the same amount, and that's still within where I glued. So let's see what happens if I do this. You get to see me fiddle again. Look at that. I bet that's your favorite thing, isn't it? Probably not. Thought I had it figured out until I came to glue. And then not so much. How is that? Yep, much better. Okay, so I know that this corner needs to be halfway between there and there. And so I'm going to go ahead and get my glue, put on this flap before I rethink too much and end up messing up the whole thing. Actually, look, I did need to cut that extra off on the inside anyway. There we go. And then this one will be the same as the other one. I'll need to cut right there. Glue the inside of that pocket. Glue the outside of the pocket, or the flap. And then that will tuck right under there. Okay, so I think I need a little bit darker up there. So there's the base. Now I'm going to decorate it some. I may need to stiffen that just a little bit, so I may just take another piece of paper or whatever, put it behind there and glue it on there so that that's a little bit sturdier. But the next step is the washi tape. And I think I'm just going to run this ink pad down on here so it's not such stark white. And so I am going to tear off a piece and then I'm going to tear it in half. Not straight in half. All right, this one's going to go on this side. This is actually sticky enough that I think it'll be just fine. All right, so we're going to add this down. It's going to start right there. Well, that one fit perfectly. The other one was just a little short. And so I think I am going to see if I have something in here that would cover it up. Yep, I can do that, and then that will just fold right there. Just hit it with some ink real quick. There we go. There's that. Now I want to add just a little bit of this up at the top. And I did go ahead and set these out. And I want to do that, and how did I have that? I had it like that. So that means I need to glue this part of the flower, everything but this, on that flower down. All right, and so this goes this way, and that's the one that I had to cut just a little bit off. Yep, and I thought that I didn't have to cut that much off, but apparently I did. Oh, I forgot to put the tape there. So I know what I need this one to be. I'll just tear it off the roll this way. I'm pretty sure I just glued a piece of my hair in there. I did. Let's see if I can get that out. Nobody wants that. And that one I'm just going to wrap it around the bottom. And so I probably have to do it there too. Yep, I figured. Look at me, I'm trying to get that hair in there again. What's the deal with my hair wanting to be in my project? And I did not ink over that before I put that down. Let's see if it's too late for this one. It is too late for the other one. I'll have to try something else. Let's see if I can just go over that washi with this. Yeah, it looks better if I do it beforehand, but since I didn't, that'll have to do, pig. All right, so I still need a little bit of ink up here. I'm still seeing white spots. Don't want to see white spots. And then there, and then there, and then there, and that tucks under there. And each of these is a pocket. So I have a pocket there, and a pocket there, and a pocket there, and a pocket there. And when you open them up, you have writing space and writing space and writing space and writing space. And if you wanted, you could write in the middle there too. I am going to have to make this a little bit sturdier, but I won't make you deal with all of that. And then on the back, we have this envelope that opens up. And I think I'll go ahead and I'll just add a little something here since we've got that. I won't do a whole lot of decorating on the back just yet. What do I want to? That's just too big. Does that blend in too much? I don't know. I kind of like it. Ooh, that one definitely doesn't blend in too much. Yep, I like that. Nice and simple. And I'll just lay it over that. And I may add just a little bit of my antiqued, aged acetate, whatever, alcohol ink tapes. Just went like half of this one. So here we go with my braided booklet, and it is using the 4 pockets from the kit and one of the envelopes from the kit, along with some different ephemera from the 2 creations and some of this paper that I got from Amazon, and a little bit of sheet music and a little bit of ink stained cellophane tape. And it opens up like this. Here's the keeper. Like I said, I'm going to have to make that a little bit stronger. But we have a pocket here. And that pocket opens up and you can write on it. Another pocket here. That one opens up. You can write on it. Another pocket here. And you can write on the front of this pocket too. Let's see. Can you write on that one? You can write on that one. That one is really pretty. I don't know that I would write on it, but you can if you want. There's another pocket here. You can write there. You can write there. Another pocket. And you can write there. And then you can write down here in the middle. You don't have to. And then, when you close it all up, it looks like a braid. That's why I'm calling it a braided booklet. And when you flip it over, you have this little bit of ephemera down here on this lovely envelope that is lined with sheet music paper, and you have this pocket, this envelope back here. I think that turned out pretty well. Again, I made this in a collaboration on the design team for Tania at Tatty Treasure and Nanine at Collage Type. Be sure and check them out and check out all the other ladies that are taking part in this design team this month. And thank you for joining me. And as always, be kind. Bye.